powers, the likes of China, Russia, United States of America, already far ahead in the game. Where does India find itself in comparison?
Compare with what US is doing or what China is doing, we need to assess our own threats, and then we need to also proceed as per our own threat perception, and also what we need to produce. We need to understand that this MK is not only for the Indian Air Force, it is also as well as for the Navy as well. Of course, there will be different versions, because as Group Captain knows, he has been flying this for some time, that there are different ways to take off and land, and other thing, maneuverability and all those things are there. And we also need to understand that this project has been going on for quite some time. Because from 2019 to 2024, they have tested certain things. For example, they have tested SAR, that is synthetic aperture radar, they have already tested. So now they are speeding up. 2035, now we are talking about 2029. So all these things are being developed. As somebody said on the channel itself, that I'll just sum it up. It is an integration of AI. And when he says fifth generation, yes, fifth generation is not defined per se, but it is a progression towards advancement. If tomorrow, just before the delivery or just before the trial, some other technology comes in, that also will be incorporated into the aircraft. That is not necessary that it is well defined somewhere.
Yeah.
For example, the electronic warfare, the suppression of the enemy air defense, the DSI, the diverless supersonic intake, all these are part of the fifth generation. This thing, and we definitely need not go and compete with US or China. In fact, I am very sure about my defense capabilities. Ravi Kumar Gupta ji was getting into the past, but I am very sure, Gupta ji, that DRDO, the ADA, they are developing indigenous technologies, and the so-called developed countries are also looking at you. They are also looking at you. They are also looking at your mind. In fact, people working in their factories and their softwares are also Indians, and we are very proud of them. And that is where India is getting back the technology from there. That is a very unique thing that the Indian governments have done over a period of time. I will not say Congress or BJP. I will just say the Indian governments have been doing. And there is a large amount of contribution by the defense experts in pushing these bureaucrats to accept foreign technology into our contracts.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is, we need not look at US or China or France.
Another question arises, Ravi Gupta, the fact that how